Most predictions about the future sound ridiculous until they actually happen. The 2008 financial crash was predicted, global conflicts were predicted, even pandemics were predicted, and now as we move deeper into 2026, experts, analysts, and even governments are quietly warning about what could be coming next. The disturbing part is, these aren't guesses. They're based on real data, real patterns, and real events already unfolding right now. Here are 10 real 2026 predictions that should genuinely concern you. One of the most unsettling predictions comes from Richard Buxtehude, a man who accurately warned about the 2008 financial crisis before it happened. Now he's saying something even more alarming. The next crash could be worse. His concern isn't just one issue, but multiple systems failing at once. Private credit markets have exploded to trillions of dollars, with investors unsure what their assets are actually worth. At the same time, massive amounts of money have been poured into companies that may not survive long term, especially with AI replacing entire industries. According to him, the real danger is how fast a collapse could spread, moving through global systems faster than governments can react. This isn't speculation, it's based on the exact kind of warning signs that were ignored before 2008. Artificial intelligence isn't just changing jobs, it's reshaping the entire stock market. Right now, a small number of tech companies dominate a huge percentage of global market value. That level of concentration is historically rare and extremely fragile. If even one of these major companies takes a hit, the ripple effect could spread across the entire financial system. Experts warn that AI hype has created inflated valuations, meaning markets may be built on expectations rather than real performance. If confidence drops, the correction could be sudden and severe. In simple terms, the same technology that's driving growth could also be setting the stage for a rapid collapse. Rising geopolitical tensions are no longer theoretical. They're actively affecting the global economy. Ongoing conflicts involving the US, Iran, and other regions have already driven up energy prices and disrupted supply chains. One major concern is the Strait of Hormuz, a critical oil route. When it becomes restricted, it sends shockwaves through global energy markets almost instantly. Experts warn that modern economies are more interconnected than ever, meaning a conflict in one region can trigger economic instability worldwide. This isn't just about war. It's about how quickly global systems can unravel when key resources are disrupted. A professor often referred to as the Chinese Nostradamus has gained attention for accurately predicting major events, including recent geopolitical conflicts. His analysis of a potential US-Iran war is deeply unsettling. Based on historical patterns and geographic realities, he argues that such a conflict would be nearly impossible for the US to win long term. He points to Iran's terrain, strategic positioning, and decades of preparation as key factors. If this prediction holds true, it wouldn't just be a military loss. It could permanently shift global power structures and destabilize international alliances. One of the clearest signs of concern isn't coming from predictions, it's coming from government actions. In Germany, new policies have been introduced requiring men between certain ages to seek permission before leaving the country for extended periods. The reasoning is simple but alarming. Preparation. Officials want to ensure they can account for potential military personnel in the event of large-scale conflict. This move comes alongside broader efforts to increase troop numbers significantly over the next decade. Governments don't make changes like this without reason, and it suggests that behind the scenes, leaders are taking the possibility of future conflict very seriously. Modern technology, especially AI, depends heavily on stable energy supplies, but ongoing geopolitical tensions threaten exactly that. Disruptions to oil routes, sanctions, or infrastructure damage could lead to sudden shortages and price spikes. What makes this especially dangerous is how dependent critical industries have become on consistent energy access. If that stability breaks, it won't just affect fuel prices, it could slow down entire economies, disrupt supply chains, and trigger broader financial instability. Experts warn that energy is the foundation everything else depends on, and right now, that foundation is becoming increasingly unstable. Some predictions focus less on economics and more on political systems themselves. Craig Hamilton Parker, sometimes called the Prophet of Doom, has made controversial claims about unprecedented political events in the United States, including the possibility of a third presidential term from Donald Trump. While this directly conflicts with constitutional limits, the broader concern isn't the prediction itself, it's the idea that established rules could be challenged or bypassed during periods of instability. History shows that major crises often lead to dramatic shifts in political norms, and experts warn that we may be entering a period where long-standing systems are tested in ways we haven't seen before. While AI is often framed as progress, many experts warn that its rapid advancement could create massive economic disruption. Entire sectors, especially service-based industries, are already showing signs of vulnerability. Companies that recently attracted major investment could suddenly become obsolete if AI solutions outperform them. This creates a dangerous cycle where money is tied up in businesses that may not survive, increasing the risk of sudden bankruptcies. If enough of these failures happen at once, it could trigger a wider economic downturn, similar to previous financial crises, but driven by technological disruption instead. One of the most chilling warnings from experts like Bookstaber isn't about specific events, it's about speed. Modern systems are so interconnected that a single failure can spread globally in a matter of hours or days. Financial markets, supply chains, and communication networks are all tightly linked. This means that when something goes wrong, there may not be enough time to respond effectively. In past crises, governments had time to intervene. In a future scenario, that window could be gone entirely, turning a manageable problem into a full-scale global crisis almost immediately. Perhaps the most disturbing prediction isn't about one event, but what comes after. Multiple experts suggest that the combination of economic instability, technological disruption, and geopolitical conflict could lead to a permanent shift in global power. This could mean new alliances, weakened economies, or even entirely new systems replacing the ones we rely on today. These kinds of shifts have happened before in history, but they're often triggered by periods of extreme instability. The difference now is how fast everything is moving and how many risk factors are happening all at the same time. The most unsettling part about all of these predictions isn't that they might happen, it's that many of them are already starting. Economic warning signs are flashing, governments are preparing, and global tensions are rising. The future isn't written yet, but if history has shown us anything, it's that the biggest disasters are often the ones people saw coming and ignored anyway. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Bye!